Personally, I feel that every new version of ComfyUI, it's like a surprise box when you open and you find something very unusual, very interesting, new models, new workflow, new nodes. So, and I think we did miss some of them, some of the very interesting and very useful releases from previous version of ComfyUI. In this video, I want to take you through all these workflows, the one I found the most useful, and provide you with some information what actually new in ComfyUI, why you should stick around. The main focus of ComfyUI, it is memory on new releases. Yes, you probably noticed the price on the memory got crazy. It's insane, like crazy. I bought it 96 gigabyte VRAM and I paid only about 200 something dollars. Now 6 months later it's over 1400. It is insane prices. We won't even speak about video cards. So definitely the memory issues, the memory conditions, it's important and likely for us developers do change these. We already have excellent video applications that work on a minimum RAM and work exceptionally well. So if we're going to the templates right now, we can open all templates and let's sort them by the newest. Also, what I want to do, it's uncheck external and remote APIs. They work well and they deserve the place. But for us, I want to see what we can run locally on our machine. LTX 2.3. I did create multiple videos about this, and I even create the custom notes that allowed you to create a storyboard and create a first last image. Please check that video before. But this is incredible how few memory it's taken and how fast it's producing. LTX right now, for me, it's a #1 to process on my local computer video. It's processed well, it's great high details, very high resolutions. And also, as we're looking on these providers, let's go click on a video to kind of minimize. You'll notice we have it LTX here, LoRA to create specific image. We also have it first last frame LTX. Also check my custom notes about creating storyboards and looping, so you can literally create infinity video if you need it without degradations. We also have it image to audio, and I create music video. How I say LTX 2.3 might to go right now. If you have it your own that you enjoyed, please put a link down below. I want to check that. And of course, it's no surprise. If we look on LTX, we have it first last, we have it audio, video, image to video, we have it text to video, which all produce not just a video, but also produce with a sound or with a lip sync. It's incredible. We also have it Capibara, another approach to this, which is have it everything put it together in one pack. I'm not big fan of this, and on my opinion, it did not perform as well, but you can judge for yourself. And of course, if you're going down below, you found another like fun LTX squeeze and all play around. But this is just fun points. What we look on this, it is incredible tool for LTX and a lot of developers to create for this, and you can run easy from 8 gigabyte video card and up to higher. My current setup, it's RTX 3090 with a 24 gigabyte VRAM. Okay, let's jump to the audio. In audio, we have an additional, which is can create more music and much better level. However, we still restrained to just a small format, 30 seconds. I wish it was better, and I wish it was a little bit better quality, but it still performed not bad. By the way, I created another workflow. Again, links for them down below. Please check them because we create an excellent music production nodes and libraries, so you can have it very high quality on your own personal computer. With 3D, here we have it a little bit staggering, in my opinion. High-end 3D and Meshy and other one triple, they're all releasing new models. And you can utilize by if you accessing through the external API, you can see we have a lot of different options, but they're all pay options. So for every external access to API, you need buy credits, you need access, but it is what wide variety. I'm currently waiting because I have a strong feeling that we'll see some new free models soon appear on our 3D. Okay, next we kind of skipping LLM we're using, but I'm using Olama, or you can use it some other model which is can connect directly. So this kind of okay. Now let's go to our image, and here we have a huge and very nice surprises. First, okay, Capibara. One single model can do everything, but not necessary is good, so that was kind of okay. Qwen is unbelievably kind of. And between Qwen and Flux, this is personal choice. I think Flux, it was done like I don't want to say golden age, but when memory wasn't as constrained, Qwen is much slimmer and work fast with small things. Also, we have it fire image very nice. We have it Flux Clean come back with a very nice insert, and I do like these references. Like right here, you can see with the reference, you can easily take one image, put it, make second image, write what prompt you wanted, and that is merge and put them together. It's work very well. Not always consistent on the faces, if you notice, because it is need pre-trained LoRAs. And my currently goal, it is add custom LoRAs. And by the way, I am updating the video on how to train your own LoRA with the latest model. So be sure to subscribe, click that notification button so you know when it's the video will release it on the latest how to train your LoRa. Okay, but you can see right here it's very nice how it process, and we can create this. Okay, let's go back to our nodes. We'll go on an image right here, and you can see we have an additional launchpad, fire launchpad. This is very nice slim models. Again, a lot of things was focusing now on the memory reduction, so we can have it at a better performance on this. And now I want to share with you the big surprises. Surprise for me when I discovered this, I was like, wow, I'm seriously, it is incredible. It's not necessarily workflow that you can just plug and play. They're more I consider as enhancing that you can utilize in your own workflow. So let's go look right here, click on all, and you notice as we're going, we have a video pause, and we also have a multi-personal pause as well as a style transform and Qwen. We'll come back to those ones. Let's right now look on a pause and a multi. So if we're going right there, so what is happening, you can see we have the photo like there. And many times when you write your own workflow or one utilize, or maybe you want to have it webcam that you're taking, you maybe want to take a snapshot and build in identification. So afterwards, you maybe extract some like control net or other settings and use it. With this, it's make it so easy. Let's say right here, we uploaded image. We also set max detection for now, just one person. Also notice what we have it. We can detect anything, cat, dogs, whatever you want, apple. I mean, a list is huge, but we'll keep it for the person right now. And let's go ahead and click run. So after very fast processing, we have it our identification. Look right here. We have it our mask, and best of all, we identify have an identification of the face with a person with the expressions. So it's meaning you can very easy says identify for 5 persons, identify face for me. And next you can use this utilize in your own workflow. So for example, you can combine with the Qwen with Flux, you can combine with other things to actually create absolutely perfect relation. And of course, if you're going and you click on the pause video, that will work with animations that is can be synchronized. Many times maybe in pay services, you saw how people can say, hey, here's me, replace my action with somebody. this. You can do this on your own computer now and creating your custom nodes. The nice thing is that you also can create commercial nodes and you can sell. I don't know what about you, but I have multiple requests of the people who ask, hey, are you available to create some commercial work for us? There you go. This is fully commercial. So other ones also, as we say with LTX, we have it style transfer, so you can convert from one to another ones. We have it additional multiple different LoRAs. And interesting to see now we have it as applications come up so that people can develop. By the way, I have a very cool course coming out. Be sure you subscribe. This is about agentic programming. So it's meaning how you personally, without zero coding, and when I say zero coding, it's correct, can code a properly and fully workable complex nodes inside the ComfyUI. And I'm not speaking about vibe or hope programming, coding, where you type a line and you wish something good come up. No, I'm speaking about from beginning to end with 100% good result with exactly what you want when you're on a charge and not AI. So this is kind of very fast overview what I want to show you and share what my finding and what's going on with ComfyUI. Stay here when we explore more and develop more interesting workflows and nodes. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye.